Calling the Newbury Historical Commission meeting to order on October 9th, 7:08 p.m. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Shooting across the floor.
Okay, everybody pull out their September 18th minutes of the meeting and go over them real quick.
Okay. No, that's me. Actually, I'm blurry in
He's
there.
just
Not
moving
quite as crisp
super
as you
fast.
usually are. Yeah.
Anybody see any corrections, omissions?
Nope.
Looking good.
Rich usually finds them all for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if
That's
Rich
good.
doesn't, then I'm probably not going to.
All right, entertain a motion to accept as written.
I move that we accept the September minutes as written.
Second,
I will second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, treasurer's report.
As I said, I've got the treasurer's report here. Nothing has changed except for the dates. Therefore, I didn't print everybody a copy. We'll save a few trees. I still have not received my official reporting on the gift fund, but I did get an email saying this is the balance, and the balance is consistent with what I have. So we have, for the gifts and donation, we have a balance of $2,812.65. And in the general account, we have our original $2,000 budget, because we haven't, I usually file all the porta potties at the end of the season when I pull it out. So we've got basically estimated, the total cost is estimated $1,100. That leaves us $900 available to spend for the rest of the fiscal year. And I'll give you this.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then, so it's okay, everybody doesn't have a copy of that.
Perfectly fine.
Nothing changed except that my numbers are validated.
Yep.
That's all.
And you've still got on your to-do list to talk to the assistant selectman about
Right. I
town
was,
meeting.
yeah, I've got to do that, and I was going to go over with Robin and do the one, because we've got to do the same thing for the local historic district. So we were going to go over. He's
Okay.
back now, so we can do that. What's
All
next?
right.
I have the update.
Okay,
Yeah.
motion to accept
Hold it.
treasurer's report.
I move that we accept the treasurer's report as written.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Update. Okay, I tried to get a hold of Robin, and he didn't answer. He is back, though, but to see if he'd heard back. But I talked to him before he took his last trip, and apparently we did hear from them, and they set up a schedule, and we were standing on the green.
For the camera, let's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So this is Lower
This
Green
is-
Study
yeah.
Study Committee report.
Yeah.
And they is the Massachusetts Historical Commission that we're waiting to hear from.
Correct. So apparently he did receive a call, and they've set up some kind of a schedule. I thought it was 6 weeks. So
Who did?
Hmm?
Who received a call?
Robin did. Robin received a call. So they've started the process. So hopefully, well, and our next step for that is to also get on the schedule for the town meeting, so we can have a vote on the
Do we
bylaw.
know the deadline for warrant items?
No, but I think you better,
It's October,
Get
and
going.
November,
Okay.
yeah, for some reason.
I
So
know
that's,
bu- I
that's
know
so
budget
the
things are
only
in
update,
November,
that's the
so
only
it's-
update. You know,
it's
that,
definitely not gonna be later.
they're gonna review it.
Okay, so that's Lower Green Study Committee. Website report, Rebecca.
Things are moving along the same. Nothing's changed on the, IT end. I did scan most of that thing that you gave me. Should I scan the whole entire book? 'Cause I scanned most of it.
About the trolley?
Yeah.
Trolleys, yeah.
And then I was
Just-
like, do I
Just the
need,
whole article, I'd think.
that's just about Byfield mostly, right? Cause I was like, and I did
It
this
starts as
specifically.
Georgetown and then goes to Byfield.
That's why I was like, do I need the whole thing? So I have this back to get back to you.
Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, otherwise, nothing too exciting to report.
And I don't know, you configure it and maybe it's too long to put on the website.
I don't know. That's what I was gonna figure. I was like, I definitely want the map probably to start, and then because the pictures are really awesome. But I'm gonna try to make it be like a multi-page so people could try to read it if they want to. That was my goal.
That's the
Yeah, I
Byfield
would-
trolley?
Yeah, because I mean, it's an interesting little article, kind of talking about it.
Did you try to compare it to a current map?
No, but that might be cool to
If
do
you could
too.
send, yeah, if you could send it to me,
Okay.
I'll
See if there's a way to like show
see
how.
if we can superimpose it on a current map.
Yeah.
So people can see where it actually went.
Cool.
Yeah,
know?
because that's I think an interesting.
I've done that
aspect of
with the 1635 map that we've got at the schoolhouse.
Yep.
Because it's got the two gutters, the drainage ditches.
Yep,
And you can, when you can just move that around until you get the drainage ditches in the right place, and you can see where all the current houses fall relative to the drawings.
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
And then I did go and take pictures of the dam, so I want to also add those, and I'm not sure how to, oops, that's not what I want to open.
Which dam is this?
The Larkin,
Locken Road?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys
So
are funny.
To bring everybody up to speed, they removed the cement footing of the Larkin Road Snuff Mill Dam on Larkin Road last week. That was that state or federal? I think it was
Probably
state.
State.
Yeah.
I don't think they would call that a
Numerous.
navigable waterway.
Oh, wow.
So they had, like, they put in like a full-on driveway, like, to that area. So did you walk down there and look?
Yeah.
I don't know if I took a picture of the driveway, but, I mean, they had some big
equipment.
machinery
Yeah.
out there, and they were actually really happy that it had been, so it's like the end of the driveway,
Yeah.
so dry, because they're not being completely, inundated with water while they
Yeah.
were doing it.
Yeah.
But the plan is to take out that whole section, so it's gonna be interesting to see, not that I'm down there often, to like walk down there, but, how much water actually really kind of flows now through the river, once that's gone, considering there's beaver dams and all the other things that
Yeah.
slow things
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
This is the Locken Dam, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which apparently was the second one on the list to be removed back in the day, and it's 100 of them have been removed
Wow.
Well, we
in
have a
between.
letter
It was
about
like
it, too,
somewhere in
so-
like Plymouth, I think the guy said, and then us was supposed to be second, but then they did everybody. Ours is like now the last one to be done. So
Yeah, they're calling it the Larkin Mill Dam Removal / Parker River Restoration.
Was there ever a fish ladder in that one?
that's what I was trying to figure out by the pictures when I was taking, because like
I'd be surprised.
this looks almost like that was a fish ladder,
Yeah.
What's the one that runs underneath?
but it
Right past your house, that,
right
Doesn't-
like
Yeah.
doesn't really look
Byfield
stepped.
Mill
That's
is-
the
Yeah,
thing. So I
yeah.
was like, I
Central
don't
Street
know.
Dam. It doesn't have a name.
okay, so that, but the.
How
now
far
it
does the
has a
river
big
go
line.
up
That has a
from
fish
there?
ladder.
That does have a fish ladder, yeah.
Or that creek or whatever it
Yeah.
At
is?
that point, that's a good question. Let me see if I can see from above here. Where am I? So
That's where they count the alewives, right? At the,
Yeah.
The fish
They got all
ladder at the
sorts of
dam?
computers there
Yeah.
and they monitor the levels. But the Larkin Road Dam, there's just downstream of the bridge is the world's largest beaver dam.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Completely obstructs the entire river.
Wow.
So they got all this effort, and they got a machine sitting there. They take out the cement on one side of the bridge, yet this beaver dam, literally the size of an 18-wheeler,
Wow.
is
Well,
blocking
that means it
the
doesn't
entire
matter that there's a
river.
fish ladder.
But
they
that's
don't do
true.
anything about it.
So it's like,
Well,
it's right about
They got a
here,
ladder, but they got no fish.
No
so,
fish are getting through.
yeah, so
cause like I parked right here when I walked up, and then
Yeah.
there's a whole situation, so it's all like right here. See that kind
Bureau
of
of
waterfall
Water
right there?
Yeah.
That's where they're ripping out.
Resources.
Oh, okay.
And so then it goes, you know,
It's
it,
always a
it
big one.
weaves all the way
Oh,
down here.
so there is, so if there was a fish ladder, that it would
I'm-
mean something.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of, plenty of water above it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, you know, we'll see.
But they're not gonna get past the beaver dam,
I
so
don't
it
think-
doesn't really matter.
The only one I ever see is the one on 95, right before, if you're coming north, it's right before the 133 rest
Yes,
stop.
yeah, yeah.
You could just, you look over, all you can see is
Yeah.
all
Oh, the
this.
beaver pile?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big lodge in the middle of the
Yeah,
pond.
it's
Yeah,
really fun
yeah.
to see it, yeah.
Yeah, there's one down on Bachelor Road too.
Yeah.
Where I ride my bike, yeah. And you'll be riding along, and all of a sudden you hear slapping the tail on the water as a warning, you know?
What about the work that was gonna be done at the end, on the Parker River there, at the end of Newman Road?
Nothing looks like that's, I mean,
Nothing's
we have no
happening there.
information
That
about
was,
that,
yeah, that
right?
was another thing. They were removing a dam there that used to be part of the mill. It was a tidal.
I don't know if we have any,
Well-
We were talking about trying to get an
Yeah.
archaeologist.
Oh.
and-
yeah.
I haven't heard any more on it.
Or was that no?
I bet that
Jan,
doesn't
you
happen
had
till
about
spring.
A underwater archaeologist, was that a part of that? Was it something you sent us?
No, that's this one.
That's different.
I think.
And that's not the same one.
No, it's this one, which is,
And that was
Unless
Greenbelt,
it
the
was an old
trustees or
one.
somebody was doing it?
this is construction phase of the archaeological monitoring and walkover survey of the Lock and Mill Dam
Oh,
removal.
it's Larkin again,
So,
okay,
yeah.
so it's
That's
not,
Larkin.
so I'm wondering if they're gonna do something like that in the Newman Road one.
For, who knows how long it's gonna take. If they
Yeah.
put it on the docket, it still might take a couple years, right?
Yeah,
That's the thing. Once they told me that we were second on the list, but we were hundred.
They've been talking about Larkin Road for over 10 years.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. The guys were laughing about it when I was taking pictures. I was just like eavesdropping, listening to them talk, and I'm like, interesting.
We may all be alive to see the end of it, you never know.
Well,
Okay, so.
Okay, that's
There's a
website.
list.
Correspondence, let's rock and
Oh,
roll.
there's a lot of correspondence.
good.
Not very good. None of it's good.
Why are these so delicious?
Huh?
okay.
A lot of the stuff that affects us, I sent out to all of you as without trying to inundate you with a pile of emails, but,
Yeah.
the newest one I'll do first because it's the easiest one, is, Little's Lane, Henry Becker's, what's left of Henry Becker's old house, on the way to
Yeah.
Spence Pierce Little Farm. So I went by the other day because I could, and they're heaping the building and gutting parts of it.
Already?
That's, yeah.
Building, or was it an old barn?
Well, it's a building,
Okay.
but it's a barn.
But that's what I
or
thought, oh, there it
whatever
is.
it was.
Okay,
And I'm not sure if
the house
that's
is gone.
if this is the one that he used for an office or not. But that's what this is the website picture. It's right on the town website.
Right.
And it's all part of a trust, Little's Lane Newbury Realty Trust. So the bottom line is, I went the other day and took pictures, because I'm so shy. So I just drove up and went, hi, can I just go in and see what the heck you're doing there? Because I'm on the historical commission and you're not supposed to be doing anything. So I went in and looked. They were very pleasant. So, I mean, it's a mess, as you can see. It's all,
Falling apart.
well, it's all, the paint's coming off and everything's kind of sad looking. And I mean, this is the side of it, like,
Ooh,
ew.
yeah.
Yeah, it needs a little work. Nothing's been done since Becca sold the house, probably. And he sold the house to the Ipswich Glass people that built that house on High Road. because they didn't want anybody looking at them.
At the pool.
I'm like, yeah, okay. So I wish I had 1.1 to buy a house so nobody could see my pool.
The house is gone,
So,
though, right?
what is the request at hand?
Well, that's what they're doing. They're going to work on the house.
The barn.
So they're doing a restoration of the
It's,
barn?
well, it's gonna be a house, so I keep calling it a house, because it's.
Oh, they're
this-
gonna-
They're
this
gonna
is-
convert it to
this-
a residence?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
they're gonna make a house out of what's left of this, and it's got the huge, original beams on the floors, you know, like they're this wide, this thick. And there's a couple that they showed me, they're very pleasant, the guys that work at, come on in, we wanna see, you don't want to come in, it's dangerous in here. I'm like,
Right.
okay. But you could see the beams and the floors, and you could tell they're really like original, because they're huge, gigantic,
So-
that they would never do that.
Like the one you did.
And,
Yeah.
so they're gonna keep what they can keep inside.
Good.
For any of the wood. A couple of them had scorch marks.
Yep.
So they don't really think they're probably safe enough, that they're gonna just replace them. But it's the same thing like the stuff on
But
the
they're replacing
outside.
kind.
They're gonna replace in kind,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
so.
Do we know
and-
who's doing the project, like who the contractors were or anything?
Yeah, because we got a whole thing
Hope
on
the
it.
ones that did the Kinneys,
They, what was his
'cause
name?
they did a really good
They
job.
did a beautiful job.
I don't know. Now, I have so many pieces of paper now, I'm up to my eyeballs, sorry. There's too many things going on at once down there. I'm supposed to try to do this on the permitting, you know, the permitting for Peter, because he sent us a thing to approve the permit list. And I can't even get in it anymore because they took it down when we were changing everything over, and it doesn't recognize us because we changed our website
Oh no,
address.
lame.
So, yeah, they are, Chrissy's letters, they should be here somewhere. It's the Hazeltines and Weiner are the trustees of One Little Lane Newbury Real Estate Trust that was created on December 21st of 2024. So it's
Not
not
too long
very
ago.
old.
Yeah.
Oh, it's new.
So, but I think, because I was under the impression that the Spence Pierce Little Farm had taken over this piece of property so that nothing would happen to it, but apparently that is not really what happened. And of all the 850,000 pieces of paper I have, I can't find that one. So,
Okay.
Chrissy's email it's a letter. It's too much. Every time I open something, there's something else attached to it. I was like, I'm gonna need another printer. 250 website, wait, 5 Road. Oh, that's another nightmare. I can't find it. I can send it all to you, but I don't know. All I know is when I went there, they were very pleasant and weren't like trying to hide anything they were doing or anything, so. And I didn't see a truck with a name on it, so that didn't help me either. I apologize. I thought I sent some of the stuff to you guys on the emails, but I guess not.
But nobody's asking for any permits or anything at this point.
Well, they're already working on the house, so there's permits.
That's what I'm surprised it didn't
It didn't flag.
flag
Oh,
us.
yeah. Here's who's doing it, here's the whole thing. I knew I had this, how did I not see this? It's about 800 pounds of paper,
Yeah.
so,
Wait, let me
So
see.
where's, yeah.
that's what was
Scott Brown
submitted.
Architects, okay, I know who he is. It's a guy right, I drive past his studio all the time. It doesn't say who's doing the building.
Yeah.
That's what I'm more interested in. Because the architects can draw pretty pictures, depends on what they actually do.
Yeah.
Looks nice, I'll give them that.
Yeah, and like I said, they,
They're definitely spending some good money on
Their
this, if that's
whole-
what they're doing.
everything was about,
Ooh,
we're just
see the
working,
window
we're gonna
details?
Yeah.
try
Those are
to
nice.
keep the
That's what I mean.
facade,
Yeah.
and I think they're gonna do some things maybe towards the back of it, but not the front of it.
Okay,
Was
So-
that 8/8? No, 6/6.
yeah, which is appropriate.
Yeah,
Curved wall, that's not cheap.
spiral staircase.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like doing that is, that's
Well, if you do it with bent wood, it's expensive, yeah.
6x6 are they big, like the schools?
Here's a picture.
Not probably as big.
Yeah, 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 I could see they aren't, because they're more rectangular,
Yeah.
where ours are definitely
Oblong,
longer.
yeah.
It's a beautiful building.
And
I
it looks
mean,
like,
even
looks
in
like a
its,
quality job.
Yeah.
it's, you know, deplorable state at the moment because
Yeah.
it's like the paint's peeling and the, you know, all that stuff, but, I thought I had a thing. I can't get into the stupid permit link thing, so that's not helping me
Okay.
find it.
And
but-
which way does this building face? It faces Little Lane?
I
Yeah.
don't
Faces south,
know.
the front of the
Faces
house.
south?
When you
Yeah,
pull in
okay.
the driveway,
Yeah, in-
it's
in
right
towards-
there across the front of you,
Okay,
and Spence Pierce is down that way.
yep,
And the other house, Becca's house, was over that side.
Yeah.
Which is now the backyard for the house that's on High Road.
okay.
So, when you pull in the driveway curves a little, well, the road in curves a
Yep,
little, but
yep.
then that's it. It's like that wall over there, it's right in front of you.
Oh, so this lot that it's on is not the original lot. They've
It-
moved their property line over to where, so that where the house used to be is now part of the High Road property.
Oh, yeah, that was why they bought his house, to take over the
Well,
land.
Right, but I assumed they just had absorbed the whole lot, but apparently
No,
not.
because
So they moved a boundary.
I was under the impression at the time, and I'm not gonna swear to it because, you know, getting old and senile apparently. They bought it so that, I thought, Spence Pierce Little Farmers, Benea actually,
Yeah, but they were-
had gotten it so that they couldn't do anything to that. And, I
So
thought
I'm
it had been
confused.
moved, but apparently it really hadn't been moved, because when you go there and you try to look to see where the house was, it's like, it's not like it's
Lon,
far away.
which building are we talking about? Are we talking about these?
Where are we? Let me see.
Well, that's where it says One Little's Lane is right there, but it's like in the middle of the field, so I'm confused by,
Because there's nothing there.
yeah, I'm like, what?
Because One Little's Lane, when you go up to Spence Pierce Little Farm.
Right.
You go up like, I don't know, I'm not really good, say like from here to that wall. And then you were
Yeah,
at the
it's back.
stairs, you could see the
The
granite.
old stairs, right.
Stairs that was still there, that was the walkway to go into Becca's front door, when he owned the house there.
Okay.
Now it's all gone.
And this barn behind it?
Back there, a little to the,
Maybe I've just
to
never
the
noticed
right.
because it's too high up there.
But I don't know,
Okay.
it's been there, but the road curves a little and there's trees and stuff, so
Okay.
it's not the same as the house was like right almost in front of your face, but that's like over there, and I believe this is the same place where he used to work out of
What is this?
Okay.
when he did his, construction stuff, because I went
Uh-huh.
in there a couple of times to, meet with him.
Okay.
Because he built my house, so.
Oh, all right.
Um,
Who knew?
it's, you know, on a,
Can't
Can you figure it
where
out? Yeah.
on the back and to the right of where the original house was.
There's
And then
Knight's
if you go,
Court.
it's quite a ways down to the back, to the old barn on Spence Pierce Little Farm itself. It's a good stretch down
I
there.
haven't been up that road in a while. Maybe I'll have to just drive up.
Because you have to go through that big parking, that whole
Yeah.
big parking
Yeah,
place
parking
first.
fields, yeah.
And then you come to their old barn. So,
Well,
I mean,
unless
it's-
they're not doing demolition, so unless there's restrictions of any type held on it by the town, at this point, there's nothing that involves us.
Right.
yeah, it's just, the whole thing is this trust thing.
Trust is just who owns it, it's not a
No, so
restriction.
that's what I'm saying, it's just this trust, there's a trust on the property.
But being in that area, are we sure there's no restrictions on it?
It's like 1900, so it's not,
So it doesn't fall in within our dates.
yeah, which I think it,
But if there was a preservation restriction or any
On the
other type
deed.
of restriction on it,
no, not to my knowledge, because we would have known it
Lost.
at the
Okay.
time, when they were gonna sell the house.
you're saying because there wasn't before and we haven't approved one since then?
They
Well,
haven't added one?
I mean,
I
they
guess
put
they
this
haven't
realty
added
trust,
one.
and I don't believe it said anything on the town website either. I'd have to go through and look, but I do not believe there is. Because it's over, it's above the DDB dates.
Yeah, I got that.
So it wouldn't be, unless there was some significant special thing, except for the fact that it's a lovely old building. I don't know, you can have this, one of
Yeah.
these.
I don't think we need to get involved in this.
Nope.
No, but we
Put it in the
just,
file folder.
we have to get involved in it because they put on the, Peter assigned it to us on the permit link.
But it's just
But I can't
information.
get in it, so that's another problem.
Well, you're getting in it, getting
I can't
somebody
get,
helping you with it?
well, no. So now I have to go into town hall.
Do you want me to mention that to IT when I drop off the camera on Tuesday?
Well, I'm gonna try to go in there Monday.
They're closed.
Are they closed? Why?
Holiday.
Is it a holiday? Oh. Hey, you know, when you.
It's Indigenous Peoples' Day.
It's always a holiday.
Tuesday
Monday and
then, I
Fridays,
guess.
they're never there.
But yeah, I'll go in and, or I'll send an email to him and tell him I'm gonna need him to give me permissions.
Well, the balloon of the building's not being changed.
No,
I mean, that looks different.
Yeah, the entry.
well, it's
But
still,
they're not,
the original is
Like
still
blowing
Yeah,
there.
the
they're not-
back wall out.
yeah.
Right,
And,
and, you know, elevations and stuff
removing
don't look
the
like they're
antique.
changing.
Here's
Yeah.
the current picture on the
So-
town website, and
Yeah.
that's the,
I mean, it's just better, but
Yeah.
it's not,
They're adding windows.
yeah,
yeah,
But our concern is taking away, they're
Right.
not taking away.
no.
no.
Looks like it's getting improved and
Yep.
fixed.
I would
apparently-
I would assume they're putting a
They're in
good
constant,
couple $100,000 into that easily.
Oh, yeah.
So
they're in
not gonna-
constant contact with Becca too about what they're finding,
So
what they're
once you get into
seeing
the
and all
permit
this stuff.
thing, you can update us next month if there's anything else. If not, put it in
No,
the file.
can't update my map.
Yeah, we're kind of in a weird dead zone
I
here.
think that,
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
no
just
signal, yeah.
because it's old,
All
we're
right,
getting it.
On to
more
the
than
next thing.
anything else.
Yeah.
Correspondence continues.
Oh, please, does it ever. We got an email from Gretchen Gerard, the town clerk, that, this person wanted to speak to, the assistant town administrator got it, and it's been rolling around through to the town hall. He wants to talk about a product his company provides, a free, I like this, a free, no obligation sample is being offered. But if you want the whole thing, it's between $300 and $375.
It's like a drug dealer.
For a
Here's
video.
little taste.
And like, it's got like a sign thing like this, that's got the
The
QR, I'm
yeah.
like,
Nope, no thank you.
What is it?
so to
would
me,
we
it
do
just
with it?
sounds like,
I hate QR codes.
yeah, but it's like a, you know, try this
Well,
lollipop and
the-
then we can give you the whole,
Yeah.
if it was done in a historic fashion, like
Right.
they did in Lawrence, where you just walk up to this little thing on a granite
It
post.
looks nice, yeah.
It's correctly done. This is commercial.
And tacky.
Yeah, when we get to that bridge, we'll let everybody know.
which bridge?
When we start doing guided tours of the town,
Yeah,
We'll-
okay. I hope I'll be in the grade by then. I think I could survive another thing. What else? Where's my list? There's so many house things that it's like exhausting. Who's the next house?
5 High Road? Yeah.
5 High Road, that was a nightmare. Did anybody pay attention to any of that stuff?
start from the beginning.
The house is almost to the line, the Newburyport line.
Mhm.
And, the people, the woman who owned it is deceased, and her daughter is in charge of selling it apparently. And, if you look it up, there's a restriction and
Oh, yeah.
everything on the deed.
And on the property.
Right. And, I mean, it's very specific in that that it even, you know, there's a cabinet in there that you
Yeah,
cannot change
it's
the
gotta
color.
stay red, it's red and it has to
Yeah.
stay
Yeah.
red and it's very.
So apparently this thing was made by, the problem is that it's not legal in the state for it to be this old.
What does that
What I
mean?
mean, yeah, how does that even, what is,
I sent an email to Michael Steins at Historic Commission in Mass Historical and said, we, the town of Newbury and the Newbury Historical Commission, are being told that the restriction placed on this deed is not in perpetuity, which the family thought it was, and does have an expiration date per Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 184, Section 27. It's a 1697 building, and it's very important to our town. Can you please clarify? And he did, and said that because of the way it was written, it's
The
void
restriction
now?
is
it's
voided?
35 years, not,
really, that's it?
yeah. So it's up, it's over, it's done. And that's why the people that were buying it, their attorney kept saying,
They can do what they want.
they can do it, they can do it, and we kept saying, no, they can't, no, they can't, and people have been, needless to say, very upset about it. And I met her daughter at the Spinea annual
Yep.
meeting, and she was like, you know, beside herself, because her mother thought she did everything right, but she didn't. So, it's not, it's no longer there.
Do we need
The-
restriction on the deed for it to fall under the demolition delay bylaw?
No.
No.
Oh,
Date-
But it's only
date
the
is
demolition
automatic
delay
review.
bylaw. And I say that meaning, I don't think that the person that's gonna buy the house wants to take the house down, but they wanna build next to it on the other lot.
Right, yeah.
That's gonna go all the way back. They originally wanted to put one house there, and now because, and I quote, "It's so expensive to build things now," that they're gonna build 3 instead of 1.
oh,
That
There's that
makes
much
sense.
property, there's enough.
they're
Couple
gonna,
acres.
they're not gonna have the frontage and they're not gonna have the,
Well, because
Right.
they're gonna have to go sideways back, and then at the very back side of it, the land is in Newburyport.
yeah,
And to get entrance into
Right.
it, they have to get permission, so it's gonna be a whole big spectacle of things. But because of the age of the house, it would automatically trigger a DDB if they
Right.
wanna do anything to that house
If they're
itself.
demolishing anything.
So,
Yeah.
but the other side is totally,
Yeah, it's
they're
just a
calling
field.
it 5A, but it's not listed anywhere as 5A because it's technically part of 5.
right, so they're subdividing,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they're selling it that way,
But if
as
they-
2 separate entities.
But if they put 3 houses back there, they need a cul-de-sac. They need a
Need to put a road in, yeah.
75-foot,
Yeah.
a real road.
Yeah,
I don't know if they've got the
And is
space
the-
for
is
that,
there
just
enough
for the
land
driveway
there?
area.
I mean, they'd need 40,000 per house.
And what is it?
And is the
100
town
feet
gonna
to
let us-
be
75-foot
able to have a
circle.
road or something? I'm trying to remember what the,
For how much frontage you need?
yeah,
Hamilton's 175. I
Yeah.
don't know what Newbury is.
I think it's like
So
at
it's
least
just-
that.
there's
Right.
also a minimum
Let's
It's a-
concentrate on
footage
what concerns
per-
us.
Yeah.
The only thing we're really caring
So
about
we need
is the
to
house.
send a
Is the
memo
house
to
itself.
Peter, the commissioner.
Oh, they're all well aware. Everybody has gotten emails, they've gotten letters because they've sent everything into the town to say,
Already?
you can't tell us we
No,
can't
it's not
do
already
anything,
subdivided.
because
It's a
the
single
lawyer
lot.
says
Yeah.
it's
And they
not
want
real.
to subdivide.
Right,
Exactly.
but
So
what
it's
I'm
gonna
talking about is the
trigger the
demolition
footage, the
delay
frontage.
does
Right.
apply
Yes, it does.
to that.
Yeah.
So we want to make Peter aware that the demolition delay does apply to the property and will require our approval for any demolition to the existing structure.
Right, and he is well aware.
I think we should send a copy.
Just to have it on record, yeah. Land.
Copy of,
Send him a memo, department memo, saying what I just said. So nobody can say I didn't get told.
Otherwise, we'll find out after the front of the house has been torn down.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
demolition delay bylaw does apply to the existing structures, and the Historical Commission will be involved in that.
Now, if they only put one house back there, the frontage is moot because it's already subdivided. But once they want to put 3 houses back there, they've got to do a subdivision, and then they'll need the frontage. Right.
That seems like too much house for that.
The
acreage.
property is much larger than you think it is.
It goes way back from the road.
How much property
Because
is
it goes all the way to the road on the back. What is that road?
Pond
This
Street,
one right here.
South Pond
This-
Street.
This road that runs behind us,
I don't
parallel.
know.
That's the street,
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
Here.
that's a big distance.
yeah. So it's not like it's a dinky little piece of land. It's going way back.
It's got to have 3 lots. I mean, enough for 3 buildings, if you want to put 3 buildings back there.
And what's the minimum square footage in Newbury for?
Well, it's not Newburyport,
In Newbury.
in Newbury,
What's
it's
the-
40,000.
Is it-
Yeah.
is it 40,000?
Well, we'll find out.
So,
That'll be cute, this huge road going past that 1,600 house.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna,
With a couple of
I
McMansions
think
thrown
the
in
guy
back.
is
Well,
just,
it's gonna look just like Orchard Street with that 50-foot road jammed in between 2 houses.
Yeah.
so I don't know
All right, next.
what else to tell you, but, the reason I know all this stuff is because the inspectional services admin, Chrissy, keeps sending me and emailing me more information, because she knows because it's on the list of,
Yeah.
Is the house,
because of the age of the house.
Well, I'm
So
glad
she
that
has
she's
the
doing that, at
list.
least.
That's
She's
good.
keeping us,
better,
So,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
Peter sent me
better
the
than not get
thing
anything.
that I can't do anything with right now because it won't work. They keep changing the passwords, the names of the emails. I can't get anything through, so. Okay, this is all one, that's done. And then what's the third one? Oh, our favorite place in the universe, 78 Elm Street.
Which is for sale.
78 Elm
Yeah.
Street. I've requested the clerk to research the restriction from the, is it HOC? Is that correct? The condo development thing? And the deed, the restriction on the building on the deed. So we understand what they are.
And you've all gotten all of it already,
yeah.
so.
Like, if they're not supposed to have
Considering,
silly things like
so
this.
if you all want all of this, let me know.
No.
But we have,
2019, this is the last time I think we discussed it. And Channing thanked everyone who attended the meeting. There was a meeting on it. And the current owner, DePiero, is now thinking of not moving the barn and making a separate, oh, sorry, that's the wrong house. Channing thanked everyone who attended the meeting. The town council stated that the preservation restriction is valid and must be adhered to. The planning board had a subsequent meeting and approved the owners to replace with like items, no PVC, quarter sawn.
Sawn.
Quarter sawn.
Thing, say that word 3 times for me. Quarter cut clapboards
Yeah.
are still being cut today. Review the Secretary of the Interior standards for treatment of historic properties. And this is from the 11/21/2009 Historical Commission meeting that started at 7:09. Just in case you're wondering.
9.
7:09. Yeah. So, all the stuff, exterior trim and trim replacement. This is from November of 2009. Planning board, all this stuff is all from 2019, and it's all about us fighting with these people and sending Peter there and The planning board's already been involved, everybody's been involved with this place, and they
Yeah.
still continue to
So you've
try
got
to
a,
dance around it,
in that folder, you've got a copy of the restriction that's on the deed.
hopefully.
You got a lot of papers in there.
It's a lot of paper in here. Planning board certificate of exterior siding, trim replacement, property subject to preservation restriction.
Looks like the deed is in the back here.
Which one?
Look at your left hand. Nope.
Just in the
Just
pile.
buried it.
Preservation restriction agreement as to farmhouse of 78 Elm Street, Newbury, Mass.
There you go.
Okay.
Yay
Now,
me.
what about from the HOC holds? The restriction from them?
From whom?
The Condo Development Committee. Am I saying that right?
What in May?
Yeah.
Remember, last month, the planning director told us about it in a letter?
Yeah. Planning board certificate of vote. That was about replacing things. Here's all of the, this is showing the windows, the deterioration of the
Yeah,
existing things. And all of these are preservation restriction agreement from 2000 and, I believe that's a 6. 11, 16, it's either 2005 or 2006, I can't really read. That's the preservation restriction.
Still within.
The
30
parties to this preservation restriction agreement are Caldwell Farm LLC, a limited liability company with an office in blah, 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 hereinafter referred as Grantor, and the town of Newbury. Whereas the existing house, a central entrance, wood structure, yada, yada, yada. So this is the preservation restriction on the property.
Right.
Which
Is
they,
that what
they
you
put on as
wanted?
some deal that they made with the town so they could do Caldwell Farm?
Probably.
Yes, with the planning board.
Yeah.
But there's a second restriction with the condo development thing that says exactly what they can do to the outside. And the planning director told us about it last month in the letter. That's why we wanted to find the contact of the president of the development committee.
This the parties to the preservation restriction agreement are Caldwell Farm LLC and the town.
Right, that's the one on the deed. There's still a second one.
Preservation restriction as to the farmhouse. This is from 2006. This is from 2019. This is the certificate of vote on the exterior siding and trim replacement.
Yeah.
And this is the original from 2006. Oh, I remember this. We got all the guidelines and we pulled them all out to see what they would give them information, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what you're asking me for then.
Well, you need to go back to last month's letter from the planning board about it.
This is 2007, 2019.
Would you have that in last month's correspondence?
somebody help us all. You can see the folks at home dropping asleep, watching this video.
Is there anything about it in the minutes?
I was just reading, I didn't see anything here. Little's Lane is here, Witchstone. What's the address on this one?
78
Oh,
Elm
this is,
Street.
okay. I couldn't tell from my note here, that was part of it. Let's see the address in here. Notes on correspondence. A Street, no.
One Miller's Lane, planning director. I don't know that I printed it all out because I thought because we already had it all. I don't think it was anything new. She's talking about the stuff that Martha had. And
Is that
we
about like
already
the
had
yard
it
and
all.
stuff? Is that what we're, yeah.
Maybe you should look at
This is-
August.
there's a whole
because
nother-
It doesn't seem to be in September.
Like
a
they're
whole
not
nother
supposed
set
to
of-
have,
Well, both restrictions talk about the yard
does it?
and the exterior, yeah. And Martha knew about it because she was part of the chain email.
This is from the Historical Commission. Massachusetts Historical
No,
Commission.
it's not in any of that stuff. All right, what else is going on with correspondence?
It's too much stuff. One place. The step last month was the Witch's Stone.
Mhm. 110 Hay Street,
Yeah,
One Little Lane.
all right, this is all last month's stuff, I think. Now, where are we at? You got me all out of sorts,
All right.
out of alignment.
Let's skip
I
over.
did the underwater thing, we did this Elm Street,
Yeah.
we did 5 High twice.
Has anybody been to the library about the, weren't we gonna go back and talk to the library people about
moving,
moving?
consolidating.
We don't know when they're gonna do it. Last, when we were there, they had no ETA.
They don't even have a planned date for when they want to do their rearranging.
But we were gonna, I thought we were sending envoys to meet with them about securing.
About locking our doors. We could do that again.
Securing and moving, what were we gonna do? Moving one of the cabinets?
One of the cabinets, we're gonna move into
Yeah,
the
consolidate
the
everything
room.
into one if we could.
And we're gonna talk to them about locking that room.
Which they can't do now because the
The
computer is
genealogy
there for
computer
the
is there.
genealogy.
Right.
Yeah,
And they
and
were
that was the
supposed to
next-
talk to Alex Burke about why it's not, about how it can get locked. And the problem at the point was, there's so many people going in and out to use that computer that they would have been zigzagging
Yeah,
back and
they don't
forth
like
to the
having to
desk.
deal with monitoring it and keeping it, you know, opening and closing it. I don't know why they can't find
Another
two
location for that.
locations for
But
those
see, like,
those
now,
computers.
didn't, I believe at the last meeting, we said maybe they can like use the space where the cabinets were,
Yeah,
if they can get a line hooked up, and I don't know why they can't.
that's
mean, they
a
can-
very good question. You'd like to think that that place is easily,
Right, even if they have to drop a pole,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
from
they
the
must
ceiling.
have, they must have Wi-Fi in there. I mean,
You'd
don't
think,
think
I
the
don't know.
place
for
if
would
it's-
them to
be
plug
hot
into it,
wires.
you know,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
But, so it's still a question of that, and they weren't in a, like, they just wanted to make sure that we were going through those cabinets and knew what was in them and what, that we were happy with, that we could go
Yeah.
check them. That was more the case than the fact that we wanna move that, they're gonna maybe move that cabinet into that room. They're gonna have to get the computer out of there anyway,
Right.
cause
So
There's
one of the
really
cabinets
no
can be
more
trashed,
room.
the other cabinet can be moved into the room, then that leaves them space to drop the computers,
Yeah,
and then they can lock the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
and, but
switch.
they need to talk to Alex Burke, who's on the library, the trustees or whatever it is committee, yeah, that's part of the town. It's a town library.
So
So,
okay.
are we at any level of communication with anybody there? Who's our contact? Who sent this correspondence to us?
the new librarian, head librarian.
And the new librarian is not authorized to make a decision like that?
You'd think.
Well, also, she's new,
Yeah.
and she doesn't want to make a decision and then find out she was supposed to talk to Alex and go through the board first.
Okay,
Because this isn't just like moving a bunch of books out of one, cabinet to the next cabinet or something. This is like a major move of furniture and locking a door that's been unlocked for this time. We explained to her how things had been stolen in there and all that, and so the question is, I guess, double back and see if
So-
I think somebody needs to double
do we have a
back.
contact in the board? Alex?
Alex.
Okay,
Do you have his email? Like,
No.
is it just like an email to get a hold of him? Is he ever at the library? I don't know.
I don't know,
I wonder if the town website might have that.
Maybe, right?
Yeah.
or else you could go to the food pantry, literally.
Is that where he's at?
At the church.
I've never been over there.
I haven't
They
either.
do that too.
I keep saying I gotta volunteer over there, and
Right?
then
I
never
always
do
think
it.
I should bring things
Yeah.
there and then,
So, but he'd be on there would be a website on the town
Right, there should be a
itself.
link on the town
Yeah.
website with an email, all right.
All right. Schoolhouse, check on maps, attic and door.
All right, the door, got a little more information on it, I'm gonna check it out on Saturday. It appears that, one of the gaps is not, a crack in the door, it's the stop. A piece of
Broken off.
the stop is missing.
Okay,
So I'm gonna go take a look at it, right there.
yep,
So I'm gonna take a look at that when I go there Saturday, and I'm also gonna see, what I would need to do that. And this cracked panel, we could fill it.
I just fill it with a compound that
Yeah.
contracts and
Yep,
reflects.
with wood filler, yeah.
Yeah, and back it up, just
I had
back it up, maybe take it off for the day and put it horizontal
Yep,
and fill it.
yeah, okay.
I filled the other one a couple of years back.
Yep,
And it just breaks up, so getting something that will move.
Similar to
expand.
paintable silicone or some type of
Yeah.
paintable epoxy, I don't know, whatever.
The main thing is for the inside, if we could keep that looking wood, that
Yep.
would be good.
yeah,
But the outside, the paint that I had for the outside of the doors, I mixed, because I had to add, I got the correct green, but in order to match the trim on the windows, I had to mix black into it.
ah, okay,
Our windows are new now.
Right.
So we've got a different color to match, so that'll be good.
okay. And the window, that needed to be
Oh,
repaired
it's
is back in
replaced.
place?
Yeah,
And it's been repaired,
Good.
that's done.
they came over and they couldn't get in, they had to come over and get me to open up the thing for them. And they left their ladder there.
Oh, did they?
I don't know if you noticed.
We
It's
can
in-
always use
it's
new
in-
ladder.
It's in the, what's a little two-step ladder, I put it in the room with the alarm.
Yeah,
Okay.
So, and we just have to live with the ugly window.
That one fog
The one
window.
foggy pane?
That
Yeah.
everybody who comes in mentions it to me.
And I asked about it too, and they said, there's nothing we can do about it, nothing we can do to clean that piece of glass out.
Yep.
And I said, well, why
Why
didn't you
didn't we
replace
replace
it?
it?
Yeah.
And he said, because we don't replace glass.
Oh.
Well, that's
That's what he
interesting,
said.
because they did replace some of the panes that were.
That's what he
Right,
said.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Yeah.
that seems,
After we got
We-
paid. We
Yeah.
don't replace any, anyhow.
We don't
All right, what
replace
is
glass.
Essex Heritage Trails, so does that say sales?
What's it?
Next item, Essex Heritage Trails and Rails.
Trails and rails.
Annual meeting.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
gave-
this?
Yes. You all
Oh,
have a
that.
copy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Did we miss it?
No,
No, it's the 18th.
Oh, I thought I
And
saw
it's
the
a-
16th,
second.
I'm sorry, 16th.
and it's a, computer one.
So it's a
There it
virtual
is.
online.
That's the word, thank you, virtual.
Oh, 16th, why did I think it
I'm
was a
doing
second?
well.
Oh, this one
Good
was
boy.
sent.
What's it about?
It's the annual meeting,
About what?
the Essex Heritage.
I'm not
Area.
going.
Well, no, I didn't think you were gonna have anything to do with it, but you think I should go join it, and I'm not going to, because I got enough to do. So somebody can watch this thing at home and learn what's going on.
What is it? What's it gonna be? Is it a Zoom meeting?
Join us for a morning of networking and regional
Well, see,
engagement.
we don't have that part.
Sorry. The meeting will be held in the Carriage House at Lynch Park on, I emailed you, I
Thursday,
believe.
yeah, there was an email.
I emailed you all
I've-
of
I
the
looked at the
thing,
email.
I'm not
yes.
getting any of your emails. We'll
You're
have to
not?
check what email you have for me.
Well, maybe you should send me an email,
online
seriously.
webinar,
Yep.
you're on
Or
it.
send one to the Historical Commission,
No.
and I'll get it
Is
from
is
there.
that what we're missing on the back?
You're on the
Yeah.
list. She sent that at 12
Thank
o'clock,
you.
so maybe if you didn't look
Today?
at your
And
emails
what-
today.
what time
No, I
is
did
it?
look at my emails, because I was looking for one for
Beverly.
me.
On a Saturday morning?
Thursday,
Thursday.
October 16th,
You actually sent it
At
twice.
9.
You sent it at 11:50, and then you sent it again
because I
at
stopped,
12:10.
because something came into my email and it wouldn't let me.
First one says virtual program, and then I was like, oh, and then you sent it again, and I was like, is this a second one?
I'm-
Online webinar, and I was like, no, it's the same thing.
Oh,
So it's.
How was your Comcast today?
Shoddy, and they're gonna do it again, I guess.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
yeah.
so lucky me. Good thing I don't have to do much
Okay,
on my
I'm
computer tomorrow.
free. I could go
Oh,
to
my
it.
daughter's
This is,
supposed to be
this is
working
a
from my
different
house
thing.
tomorrow.
This one is
Figures.
of the actual meeting. There's another one I thought I
Yeah,
had
we're having a
here.
big surprise party
You
for my
sent two
dad
of
on
them.
Saturday, so I'm gonna be
You
sent two
nonstop
emails.
cleaning my house
I
tomorrow.
got
It's gonna be
two.
one of those days.
Yeah, but was
Just
it
like
two of the
neurotically
same
putting
ones?
things in cupboards and making
Cleaning
things
the
I
disappear.
believe I
Yeah.
opened them both, and I think they were.
Going to be my
Okay,
day.
oh, I know, it's something else there was another one that's about a virtual meeting. This one's an actual real live meeting at a place called Carriage House at Lynch Park in Beverly.
Okay.
Right, which is a lovely place,
So,
yeah.
yeah, if you said, I have no idea where it is.
Yeah, I used to go there when my kids were little,
So,
wander around Lynch Park.
and then there's
take
another one
pictures.
Is
that
it
is a
fun? Should I go?
virtual.
I mean, you might like it, yeah. If you don't have anything to do. If you don't have anything to do that day, it's
Well, I've got, believe it or not, I don't have anything scheduled for that day,
Yeah.
which is unheard of.
Per your discussion and request or information, somebody asked about the 250th at the last meeting. So I sent the information and asked the assistant town administrator
what our plans are.
if there was any plans, and she said, no, but maybe we'd like to do something about it.
All right.
350th, huh? No, what-
No, the
it's
250th for the
250th
not
of
the
the
town.
United
Oh,
States
US,
of
I
America.
say, that's something's
Yeah,
wrong.
we're having a really great
Rich
time, aren't we?
update, he updated us on the windows, fixing the holes
Yeah.
on the outside,
Oh,
fascia damage from the birds, sent an email to James on
yeah.
8/26.
I still have not seen that repaired, so I'm wondering where they were doing so many other things, I don't know.
I don't know,
Do you talk to
because
him? Are you not getting through to him either?
he's not responding to me, so. I
Okay,
don't know, because I asked him about the two stones, about the moving the farther stone back, and about
Oh.
replacing the stone that goes in the Central Street wall. And
Nothing.
I haven't heard anything back from, so I don't know, they got big goings on, I think.
Well, I'll have to call.
Okay,
him
so
then.
that checks off.
It's not
Rich's-
typical of him
Yeah,
to
usually
not
he's good.
respond, you
Yeah,
know?
that's what I said. Usually, by the time I even read it, the thing's been fixed. It's
Yeah.
like, so something's going on. Probably some big thing we are not aware of.
Should you and I get together someday over at the school and paint the 2 staircases and that thing in the back?
Sure.
With your gray, you've had that.
I got the gray, I got
Because
the primer, I
and
got the
also
gray, I got the white.
Yeah. I wonder if we should do that.
When are
we do
we,
this.
are we gonna do our cleaning, our shutdown? Should we schedule that, and
Yeah.
then maybe at the same time?
That should be next week, right?
Yeah, usually,
Could
but it's
be.
gonna rain a lot next week.
Yeah,
That's the only thing,
Oh,
And you
okay,
gotta cut
that's
the
fine.
lilac down.
yeah.
gotta cut down the lilac, yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you doing that or am I doing that?
Oh, I don't care. If we're there painting, let's get rid of it.
Just cut it down, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of next
I-
week's gonna be rainy.
I've got a chainsaw, all I have to do is walk
And
across the street.
We could probably just do it with loppers.
What's that?
Big
Oh,
choppers, yeah.
that's.
They're not
the
that big.
base. On the base they are.
Well, that part we probably wanna leave.
Oh, I'm sorry, you just wanna trim it.
No, we're gonna cut it down.
Bring it down to like 18 inches
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring it down.
We're not gonna, I thought we were gonna cut it down to the ground. and
Attach it
and
to the
then
back
hope
of the
it-
Honda and
Hope
rip
it
it up.
died.
No, I don't care if it comes back, but
Oh,
it's just,
okay.
it's too leggy and tall right now.
And
needs
it
to
hasn't been properly tended to,
maintained.
yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were cutting it all the way down to the ground too.
All right,
Good thing
well,
I
I
didn't
mean,
do it.
12
I'm not
inches.
saying that I wanted it to, but I thought
18,
there was an insistence
difference.
that we
You're
just.
all the big ones you're supposed to
destroy
cut down to, right down to the
Right down to
bottom.
grade.
Then let the small ones, cut them down,
Well,
like you
he-
said,
Yeah.
18 inches, and then let it come back again. That's
So-
what I've been taught.
Oh, so
Bring
the
bring
day,
the
the day
chainsaw,
we're
and I'll
over there
bring the loppers,
painting,
and whatever we need,
the
we'll
day we're
use.
painting it, I'll bring the chainsaw.
Everyone in Essex County has died at this point.
They are
Every-
looking really
All
gross
of them, on
everywhere.
all my properties have no leaves on them, so I don't know
Oh,
if there's
yeah.
a virus going around, but all lilacs have left the town.
Mine,
I still
we
have
cut
mine.
ours down at the beginning of September, and they're like, there's like the giant little bushes now. They
Yeah.
look like these.
Yeah, mine are doing fine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I got four.
Mine are in the back too.
But before then, they looked shady, and I had like no blooms this year. Like it was definitely
Yeah.
had been sick.
It was pretty dry.
I would say we
Right.
should, if you want to paint, you guys should wait at least a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because next week
is
it's
a
gonna be
washout.
all wet, and
Yeah.
it gets dry again on like Monday and Tuesday, and then it gets
They're
wet
talking
again.
about a pretty serious storm on Sunday night.
Really?
We're
Yeah.
finally getting like the hurricane-ness kind
Yeah.
of coming
Oh,
up
is
at
there a
us.
Three
hurricane
inches of
coming
rain
across?
Sunday night through Monday.
Yeah.
Good, we need it. We'll take the water.
There's
We'll
been,
see.
there's been
Just
a, there's
that.
been a high pressure system sitting out in the Atlantic that's been,
Spin it.
yeah, it's been determining our weather.
All right, then we have a big list of things that we never get to. Are we at that point yet?
I mean, there's nothing else we can do at this point.
So I'll consider going to that.
Yeah, let us know.
Thank you, Lauren.
All right,
There was
Okay.
another one somewhere that there's a virtual meeting thing that I sent out. Things that come in right after I finish
Add a sweep
everything.
also, right?
sure.
Yeah.
I use all the broom sweeps now.
Yeah.
Because the rubber ones, they just, especially when we're not heating the place, nice
Right.
broom sweep just to keep the mouse out.
Yep.
Some of the stuff that we got from Michael at Mass Historical, I emailed you guys forwarded because, instead of trying to relay it once a month, that you could at least get the info. He's, I like him, he gets right back, and I figured he'd just send me a quick thing. He sent me all this info, then I said thank you and asked him another question, he was boom, like, the ink wasn't dry yet, and he
Yeah.
was answering me, so I really like, when people get back to you, especially because we didn't have previous lady who was always there, but he's snapping right at it, so that's good, I think.
Okay. If we don't have any other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn. Second?
12, I'll second that.
8:12. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.